Hi guys, welcome to the long-awaited med school Q&A. It's currently sunset here and I'm going to attempt to answer these questions that you guys have sent in. Thank you so much for sending in your questions, and yeah, just stay tuned. So let's just get to the questions. The first question is, what type of transportation do unique students use and how much does it cost? Or can you manage by just walking wherever you need to be? Okay, so if you live on campus, you can walk to the main campus. And to some extent, you can walk to the medical school, provided you give yourself 15 minutes to 20 minutes, just like, that extra 5. That's why I said 20, that extra 5 where you get there before you have to get into the medical school. Because the medical school is quite a distance from the main campus. So if you are a medical student, then it would probably be smart to set off on time. In any case, we walk to campus, it's what we do. But if you want to get into town, you would have to take a bus, and the bus is 75 cents if you make a bus card with your student card or with your enrollment letter. Or if you're bougie, you can take a taxi, but I wouldn't advise that because you would spend all your money. Moving on, any advice for a first-year medical student? I like this question. Okay, so medicine, I don't even know what to tell you. Don't buy the textbooks. Download them online. Get them online. And if you need physical copies, you can always borrow from the library. Unless you're really big on textbooks, I wouldn't advise that you get the textbooks, which I think is a question someone also asked, that do you recommend I buy books or are ebooks enough? So if you are a first year student, ebooks are enough for first year. And other advice I have for a first year medical student is don't be afraid to ask for help. Most people will approach the lecturers immediately after class, but you can always send them an email. And if they don't respond to their emails, then of course you would have to take it to them right after class. But I also advise that you approach them during the breaks because almost everybody wants to approach them after class. Any other thing I can think of for a first year student? Just relax. It's first year. Take it as it comes is my advice. Try to stay on top of it. Don't slack, honestly, because with something like biology, I would say for first year of this course, it does involve a lot of content and memorization. So for that, don't slack. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Also, physics. Start early. Don't procrastinate. Yeah, I'll think of more later. But yeah, if you are interested in more advice, please DM me or just check my page on Instagram, which is down below. Okay, moving on from this question. I think there's a long answer that I gave. And I like the next one. How do you balance medical school life with other extracurriculars? You seem to be active everywhere. Thanks for the compliment, but it takes a lot of organization and scheduling. Kind of like what I do is I compartmentalize my life in a sense where in one compartment we have medical school. In another compartment we have, let's say, the stuff that I do, extracurricular stuff, but they may end up mixing. In real life, things do mix, and it's up to you to readjust your time. So what I do is I have a schedule and I include in there everything. First off, make a school schedule. You make your school schedule, then you provide time slots in that schedule within which you will be occupied with something else. It takes a lot of time and refinement to get it right, and honestly, balance is really hard, very hard to achieve. Yeah, so what I can tell you is it takes a lot of practice and a lot of trial and error and failure, where I haven't managed my time well in one instance and then I learned from that. Honestly, there's nothing I can tell you other than have a schedule. But the truth of the matter is your schedule will be interrupted if you do extracurricular stuff by other things. But it's up to you to tailor that and to let people know when you're not available. If you're not available for something, let people know ahead of time. Plan your time management. I think I'll do a video on this later because it's a very hard question to answer, and yeah, but I hope I answered it in some way for you. Moving on to the next one. What does it take to get into medical school? These are hard questions. These are hard questions. Thank you for your question. I would also like to know. I would also like to know. No, I'm kidding. I think it just well, I am making a video on how I got into medical school, and I'm going to release that on the 17th. So hopefully that answers this question for you. It's on a case-by-case basis. I can't say that what helped me get into medical school will help you get into medical school. What you need to have is the same with everything else in life. Just have the passion for it, have the drive for it. Fair enough, people get into medical school and they don't have any passion for it. They just have the grades. Grades are also important, but I can tell you that grades are not what got me into medical school. More on that in the video, but I feel like hard work, determination can get you far. Not all the way, but far. And what can push you all the way is the grace of God on your life and the fact that He is directing you into this path at this time. Why Cyprus and why Unique? So, funny story, Cyprus was not at all in my list of places to go to uni. Neither was Unique, because obviously if Cyprus is not on the list, Unique didn't make the list either. But they came to my school for a uni fair, and I applied to Cyprus as like a safety, and the only school I knew in Cyprus was University of Nicosia, and so by default that's why I applied. I checked out their website and it looked pretty cool, so I was like, yeah, I mean, why not put in an application? And then yeah, more about that in my next video on the 17th, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Hi, I'll actually be joining Unique this year to study medicine. I just wanted to know your opinion about the teaching at Unique. Okay, so I am privileged to have studied in 2 programs at University of Nicosia, human biology and medicine. And I can say that some teachers are really good, as it is for most universities, high schools, primary schools, etc. There are some teachers who are amazing and they're going to help you so much, and so their courses become less difficult, less tiresome to study. And there are others who will not adapt to you or your method of studying or what you want to know exactly, or etc. And so it really does vary. That being said, I feel like they do know what they're doing in terms of teaching. They do provide enough. Even as I'm saying this, I'm thinking of some. Of course, there'll be some exceptions, but generally the teaching is quite good at this university for the price compared to other universities, because medicine is a small fortune. And like I will say in the next video, there are not many scholarships, but I'm sure you already know that since you're applying. Since you said you were studying medicine in first year, my brain is just, but you already know that since you are going to be in first year in September. So yeah, on a whole, it's good. I think that was all the questions for today. If I left out your question, I'm very sorry. Probably you would have sent it after the time I told y'all that was the deadline. Stick to your task. Time management. Anyway, I may be doing this again because this has been fun, and so if I do this again, if I do this again, I will answer your questions. Thank you so much to everyone who asked their questions. I hope I have been able to answer to some degree. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Senna. I'm your study buddy, and I'm signing out. See you in the next one, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All that good stuff. Bye bye. Why uni makes you wanna die? I'll have to refer you to the administration because this question is not relevant.